Hey, it's me, Bria, and I'm a lifestyle coach. I help moms reclaim their time and energy. Look at you, taking this moment to recharge. I see you. During the Doulas Bloom podcast, I share tools and resources with my clients and community to spend time with themselves. The key to you living as your authentic self is embracing change and having courage. Your relationship with yourself is the only true constant in life, and observing yourself throughout each season will allow you to always be in alignment with the desires of your heart. Are you interested in joining my one-on-one coaching program? You can book a sales call with me by visiting the link in the description to schedule your session today. Before we get started, I have to remind you of your influence because you are an inspiration.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Doulas Bloom podcast. My name is Bria, and I'm excited to be here. It is another day, which means that we're alive and we're breathing, and this is an opportunity for us to actually be present with what's going on in our life. So, today we're going to talk all about the good girl syndrome and how to step out of it because, we've been conditioned to operate in a way that might not be sustainable or authentic in our being now. And so we want to be able to step out of this so we can embody our truth. Okay? And I understand the word truth is like, what is the truth? It's what you would do if nobody was looking, if nobody required anything from you. What would you do? What would you do? So that's kind of embodying your truth and not really giving a concern in the world about what other people have to say. If no one were to judge you, if no one were to say anything but congratulations, what would you do? Okay. Before we dive too deep into today's topic, I want to invite you all to join me next Monday for the first intention setting gathering of the year. So this event is going to be on January 31st, 2022. This is the first time that we're going to be hosting it, and I'm so excited that you are going to be a part of this event. This is just an opportunity for you to create some space to get clear about what you are calling in this week and how you want to approach the things that are on your to-do list. So if this is resonating with you and you're like, damn, I need this moment, I need this time, you can use the link in the description to RSVP for the intention gathering that we're having on Monday. And so just a little bit more information, this is going to be a weekly event. Every Monday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to gather for 30 minutes to get clear about what we want. And I think it's so important. It is so important to set your intention so it can be your anchor throughout the week. When you're feeling frustrated, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling a little stressed, you can tap back into your intention and ground and really settle into the present moment so that you can move with a clear mind instead of out of this frantic energy. Okay. But yes, again, this link is down in the description. You can RSVP, and I can't wait to see you there. I'm excited, and I have some worksheets for y'all, so come on in, don't be square, join the party, and join us again and again and again because this is a weekly intention setting gathering. I set my intentions every week, and I'm so excited to hold space for you to explore what it looks like for you to create authentic intentions for your life. Okay, now that that's said, I am excited to hop into how we are going to step out of good girl syndrome. And before we can even step out of it, we have to understand what it is, why it's here, and then from there we can begin to take the steps to begin to shake off this armor that we don't need. So it's really important when it comes to what good girl syndrome is, and let's just define what good girl syndrome is. I see good girl syndrome as, you're trying to be put together, you're trying to be palatable for others. And others can be a lot of people, parents, society, school, and you're trying to fit in the mold so that you are met with the least amount of resistance so that you have a very comfortable experience as you're going through these relationships in your life. So again, just a few examples is like being a straight A student in school and the pressure that comes with that, being the perfect daughter, the perfect mom as well, the perfect employee. Those types of languages you have to think about, like, why do we do that? Why do we put this pressure of I have to be a straight A student, I have to be the perfect mom, I have to be the perfect daughter, I have to be the perfect employee on ourselves? And we have to begin to take a step back and we have to zoom out. I love zooming out so we can get clear about what is the big picture and why are we doing this, and is this sustainable for the long term? And so it's like, whose vision are we living in accordance with? Is this something that we chose for ourselves and that we're continuing to choose for ourselves, or is this something that we're operating out of that is comfortable? And I use the word comfortable here because it is comfortable to continue to do what you've always done, but it's not going to get you to where you want to go. You know, it takes a little bit of risk and a little bit of discomfort to step into what you really want, to step into your authenticity, to really be yourself, because in this world we have been conditioned to not be that, to wear a mask. And so I truly believe that our whole life purpose is getting back to our authentic self. So we talked a little bit about like where the cause of this syndrome is. And I'm using this syndrome very lightly. Like, this is not something that you can get diagnosed as. This is just something that, you know, in your mind, it's a thought loop that you're in. I have to be the perfect daughter. I have to do this. And it's just like, who put those opinions on you? Because this pressure is coming from somewhere, whether it's from yourself, from society, from your parents, from your children, from your partner, from work. There are a lot of people who have an expectation of who you are supposed to be. And I want to say that again. There are a lot of people who have an expectation of what you are supposed to be, but you don't have to be those things. You really don't. People's perceptions of you are not your problem. They're not. Growing up, people thought I was rude and disrespectful because I spoke my mind. And that had everything to do with them, not me. I had to advocate for myself. If nobody would, if I didn't, who would? That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. If I didn't advocate for myself, who would? And I always like to remind myself is nobody knows there's a problem until a problem is communicated, especially in relationships. Like, you don't know there's a problem if there's not a problem. And I think about it in like fixer-upper situations, like a fixer-upper house. You don't know that you got foundation issues, or that the electrical things are all messed up, or any of those things that can be hidden behind the wall because because you're wearing the mask. And so you can think of the drywall of your house as the mask to problems that you don't know about. But once you start breaking it down and doing some renovations, you can see what issues have been lying behind these walls and fix them at their foundation and at their core. So moving forward, you can live comfortably in your home without any worry. And I'm really using this analogy to show you that think about how long a renovation takes. Some renovations take 2 weeks. Some takes a few months, 6 months to 7 months. And some, if you're building from the ground up, if you knocked all the walls down, that might take a year to, pour the foundation, get the contractors to come out. And like, I want you to realize that this process is going to take time. This is not something that is going to be like watching a YouTube video or an HGTV show where you watch for half an hour and then the house comes together. There are moments in the process that we didn't see, in time where people were just waiting for materials. And I want you to realize that your life doesn't have to look like the perfect house. I do not want to build a great home. I want a sturdy foundation of a home that is going to be able to weather all the storms and the elements that are going to come in life. And so it's like taking the time to actually build something that you're proud of is always worth it. That was a little aside, but I want you to know that, okay? But to get back kind of on course, this mindset is really rooted in that be still, look pretty, be nice, and smile. Um, and it's like those are not our truth every single second of every day. We have to start filtering the noise when it comes to people's expectations and opinions and suggestions for our life. We have to start filtering the noise. And this can look like being like, actually, I don't want advice on this area of my life. Or, hey, that's a really beautiful thing, but it's just not what I need right now. And so it's really filtering the noise so that you don't just operate out of performance. And performance, I think of as the performative mind, and it's like I'm trying to keep performing for these people so that they accept me, so they laugh, so they smile. I almost think about it as um, a monkey on a stage. Like, my mom hates that analogy, but a monkey on a stage or a puppet, somebody's pulling the strings. I'm trying to put on a show for people, and that's what I don't want us to continue to do. When we feel miserable and we're suffering, I want us to actually create the space for us to figure out, one, what we want, and to two, also allow ourselves to go after that thing and give ourselves permission to do that, even when it goes against what we were taught or what people have suggested for our lives and our careers and their opinions about the action that we're taking. And just to, again, this is all about understanding where this comes from, where this mindset comes from. The performative mind, which is you operating out of doing something for the entertainment of others and not listening to your needs, it's a direct reflection of our domestication and conditioning. This world, society, has conditioned us to operate in one way, which makes it easier for them to control the collective. If everybody is trying to be a good girl, that means that it's easy for us to be filtered into this rat race, what I call, where we're just running on the wheel, the hamster wheel, and we're just going. We're just a cog in the machine. And so it's easy for us to get fixated on, oh, I have to be the perfect employee, I have to be a straight A student, I have to be the perfect mom. And it keeps us operating in these ways of thinking that are not our truth, not authentic for us. And so when we understand that, we can realize, and I'm going to refer you back to listen to the terms of our agreement episode, because that will help you be like, is this something that I truly want, or is this something that I've been doing just because I was told to do it? And so it's like creating the space to do that, to be like, okay, now that I know that this is something that I feel I identify with and something that is present in my life, it's time to sit down and discover, and not only discover, but rediscover what you wanted, because it's always been there. That's why I don't say, oh, we're learning ourselves. We're relearning. When we were kids, we had this, and then we were conditioned. So it's like getting back to what we truly desire for ourselves and the experiences that we want to have in this lifetime. So yes, in that episode, the terms of our agreements, which I will link down below so that you can go and listen to that one, but it's all about taking back your power, reclaiming your story, and writing a new narrative. And again, one more analogy before we go out. It's almost like this. Who is narrating your story? You know those movies where in the intro they're like, here's a woman and this is what she's doing. I want you to be the narrator of your story, because you can only speak from only you can really articulate how moments and experiences in your life actually are. Somebody else's perception can be like, oh, she was a happy-go-lucky person. She always did this, and she always had a smile on her face, and it's like, no, the smile actually hit a lot. And I'm actually gonna link down a post that I posted on Instagram about why I don't want people to think that my smile is good. Like, I have used my smile for so long to laugh off things that hurt me, and to sugarcoat things, and just we do that sometimes. And so I wrote about how, like, my smile is my crutch. And so when people ask me to do that, they're asking me to operate in a way that I know is not sustainable for me in the long term. And so I just want you to get you thinking about, like, what ways of thinking? What identities have I attached myself to, or what identities or am I trying to achieve that are only hindering my growth? Perfection isn't real, and what is the beauty in having all A's? And do you really think that you can get an A in every area of your life? Some places I'm just like, that's not my strong suit, and I will let other people support me in that area of my life, because I'm not trying to be a one woman show. There are a lot of people who, and I used to be this person who thought I could do everything on my own, and I realized that that is so. The word I'm looking for is boring and lonely. You want connection and you want to spend time with people, and so when you start to break this thing down and step out of it, you actually get to enjoy the company of others. You actually get to lean on other people for support, because when you're trying to be a perfect wife, a perfect mom, a perfect employee, a straight A student, you're holding all the weight on your own, and it's just like that weight wasn't all meant for you. Being a parent, there's people that you can lean on to support you in being a good, I don't even want to use the word good parent, but to have a support system that isn't only you, so you can take a step away to take care of yourself. And that's what I want you to realize in all of these situations, is that the you have put someone else's opinion above your own. I want to be a good mother. That implies that you have children. I want to be a good parent. Again, that implies that you have children. That I want to be a good daughter. This all has to do with the relationship that you're having with someone else, but it's about, like, what about the relationship you're having with yourself? And I can really go down a rabbit hole, but I'm going to stop myself here so that you have some time to reflect, because you should be your number one priority. If you, like, without you, there is no you. Think about that for a second. Without you, there is no you. So you can't even try to be something for someone else if you aren't there for yourself. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. I will have to share some more information about this one. But if you're listening to the podcast and you're subscribed, you already know about all the gems, and you know I got so much to pour, and that's why we're doing Project 365 this year, where I'm posting a podcast every day. If it's your first time here, subscribe, because daily podcast, we're doing it for the rest of 2022. But yes, the next few minutes are for you to reflect, and I really just want to give you some space to, like, really identify what good girl syndrome have you been identifying yourself that is weighing you down from really stepping into your truth and the life that you want. So yeah, the next 3 minutes are for you, and if you need some support in picking this thing apart, this is exactly what I do with my one-on-one clients. So you can also book a sales call with me by going to the link in the description, and we can chat and see if it's a good fit for us to work together. But I love you, and I'm going to let you go, because yes, you need to reflect. You need this time. So use the prompts, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I love y'all. Love you.
If anything resonated with you during this episode, pass it along to a friend. Let's continue the chain reaction of inspiration. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can stay updated with all things Doulas Bloom by joining the Village Community email list. The link is in the description below. I hope that today is everything you needed to be and more, and remember, you are an inspiration.